Hello, all. Welcome back to Rogue Trader, of course, game operator and narrator Soul. We have a fresh injury on Soul. Probably should take care of. Who's got more medkits? How about we just do this? Cool. How about we don't do that?
The pain will subside.
There, we'll get rid of that fresh injury. Get Sister Argenta reloaded here. Anyone else? You could use some. Give you a fire grenade as well. Bella. Kitted. Abelard's good. All right. Let's get to the warehouse. Now, I am aware that this may be a little bit doubly back, so once we clear this area, I will put a cut in. So that way not everybody's stuck watching me have to go all the way back again.
Know your duty.
Oh, ha! Sector Cronus Expanse, Rycad system. What are we looking at here? On his journey across the world caught in the throes of a heretical insurgency, the Lord Captain accidentally witnessed an unholy rite that transpired in one of the maintenance rooms of an aqueduct. Oh, good. This abandoned nook turned out to be the heretics' gathering place for performing their grim and profane acts. A large group of rebels stood frozen in patient anticipation, all staring into the center of the room. And no one moved. Only the murmur of hushed voices echoed against the metal walls. Lord Captain ran a cursory glance over the room, assessing the situation. The rebels were unremarkable in appearance. They were dressed in the shabby clothes of abject rabble, spoke in coarse voices, and had repulsive faces. But what caught the Lord Captain's attention was the look of strange, almost sinister anticipation in their eyes. This was no gathering of loud blasphemers or bored idlers. Only occasionally would they exchange brief, unintelligible remarks. As they stood in a frozen circle, their gazes turned towards the hulking structure in the center of the room. Bulky power transformers, cogitators, crates, and vox casters took up most of the space. Against their background, the structure in the center stood out oddly, an enormous lens mounted on a stand. It caught the thin sunbeams that made their way through slits in the ceiling and crossed the half-lit room. Now we're gonna peer into the darkness. Although barely visible behind the closed ranks of the insurgents, the rusted barrels with evidently flammable contents had not escaped the Lord Commander's keen eye. One good shot of those barrels would decimate the number of heretics on Rycad Minorits. As if commanded by a grim, unseen force, the insurgents fell silent at once and, in a single movement, parted. A thick, sticky silence filled the room. The heretics' gaze were turned towards a metal structure with a lens on top of it, standing tall in the middle of a circle of melting candles, piles of books, and unholy symbols drawn on the floor. The structure flashed as a single sun ray illuminated it. A sound of bare feet broke the sinister silence as a man emerged from the deep shadows. Reeling, he entered the circle and collapsed on his knees in front of the enormous lens. Not a second had passed before many rebel hands gripped the fallen man's shoulders and hair. Remember, comrade, the last sunray you behold will be yours only, shared with no one else. Your holy final dawn, bellowed a lone heretic's voice amid the silent crowd. By the doing of someone's hands, the lens had turned, and its focused ray feasted on the prisoner's eyes. The blinded man's harrowing scream shook the very walls of the place. Consumed by the rite, the rebels had not yet noticed a stranger in their midst. The Lord Captain braced himself and suddenly faltered, as if something had stopped him. Dark shadows danced in the Lord Captain's glazed eyes, ghosts of the past that had risen at the sight of the warp atrocity and shackled the Rogue Trader's will. Breathing heavily, the Lord Captain could only rush blindly to the fray as if trying to escape unseen pursuers.
Grovel before the faithful.
Well, shoot. Leader of the cultists. This is not a small amount of people. Crap. We're all in the very back of the room. Isn't that low? Some people are going to get a chance ahead of us. Let's go there, and Cabela can go there. Abelard! Oh my god. Look at the size of that fuel tank. Can I do something absolutely hilarious here? Let's find out.
It will be done. Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
That is going to do very little. Well, I may have screwed up.
I will do my...
Here comes the hurts.
Such is the will of chaos.
Chaos guides me. Death to the weak.
That's a wing.
Doubt is for the weak.
That might be overextending a bit.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Maybe.
Dedicated.
But again, that works out pretty good too. Not as big as a boom as I was hoping. That's a shame. Get entrenched down here. Here, what are we looking at?
There is movement in the Empyrean.
We're warning to Abelard. Hey, and we didn't all explode, so I'll take that. Couple down. Let's blind you.
Was that you?
And honestly, with that much health left, that may have been a mistake.
I am your doom.
Fortunate enemy.
Well, if they're gonna blow themselves up, that's a new one. Let's give
Commands.
voice of command Cabela.
This is beyond me.
I could push, and theoretically speaking, everyone else is still outside of range.
My enemies will be crushed like dust beneath my feet.
I'll do it. Strike is a
Two more down. And we got a shot here. Not bringing anything down with that one, though.
I bring mercy and retribution.
We can drop him, though. Should be able to. Do it without blowing up the barrels behind us, eh?
Its demand.
And we didn't get a kill. No death from above charge for us.
Out of my way. I serve the ruinous powers.
I was gonna say, Pascal's taking a beating here. That's not cool. That's gonna burn all of our movements. There's like 4 wounds left in that guy.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Good. Do that.
Successfully terminated.
Then you get them both. Boo. Yeah, open you up for flaming us. I guess that's fine.
My vow is to serve.
I think we disable some of the enemy's weapons there.
crush the evil.
Yeah, stack up on melee. That's all right. Pascal's got this. Oh. And what did you summon? Blue horrors. Well, ain't that just nice?
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Steam. Of course. Let's do endure. Good charge through.
Indeed.
Where's the slash, friend? Friend, where was my slash? That didn't work the way I wanted it to.
Pain cleanses the body.
Pascal's not doing as good as I like. That's a dodge. Hello, friend. Would you like some fire? Oh no, I can't do anything with you in melee. Uh-huh.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Can I break away? Find out. There we go. Not a one. Not a one landed.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Oh, we're off to a terrible start. As I say, don't you perils of the warp me.
Anything is. But of course.
Blue horrors, gotta love them.
No can do.
No damage to Abelard, I'll take that. And...
I cannot comply. I won't suffer this.
Unavailable.
This
It's out of range.
Rejoice in service.
Dead shot did all right. Cabela. Oh my yes.
Death comes in silence. Trust me, my blade killing brings me
Done. Can't quite get close enough.
I shall not fail.
Gotta smash the lens too while we're out of the seat. A little damage, not enough to break it though, but
To non-believers.
we'll try.
Want to see a target?
You ain't going nowhere.
I feel nothing.
We're at a tactical disadvantage.
And Pascal's down.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Abelard is burning. Abuse the same round as a charge.
At your beck and call.
Yeah, that's a little bit better. What can we do here? Swing. We could do sworn enemy.
Victory is imminent.
You get some damage done on the blue horror.
Bring ruin.
Sister Argenta again has to break away.
I'll do it. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Still up. And what the heck was that?
Doubt is for the weak. You can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Dira, pop his head immediately.
On it.
And that was shared. Gotta love it.
Was that you?
We help Abelard out, maybe.
I'm not so sure.
Not in line of sight. Probably can't do that either.
This scryer's job.
Good dodge. And that's 2 dodges in a row. You know what? I'm going to dangle just so I can smash that lens.
Let my enemies tremble at the sound of my steps. And so shall it be done.
Lens is broken.
I can't allow myself to do this.
And
I cannot comply.
sight. Bella. What are we looking at here? 10%. Not really much there. Gonna blow through and hit Abelard.
The shadows will see it done. Caught by the web.
We'll see if we can keep this up. We don't really have... We don't have a charge or nothing. Just trying to figure out. Abelard is still good. Nadira's going to be backing him up.
A dance of blades and shadows. Trust me.
Let's even lure him into a melee.
As honor ordains.
That's not gonna help much.
Chaos guides me.
That's not gonna help much at all. I can like cultists. Swing and a miss. Leader of the cultists.
Die in dishonor.
Okay, we're getting a little high up on Perils of the Warp here.
I've suffered worse.
I'm actually going to do this first.
It will be done. No matter the cost. That's not the Seneschal's job. At your beck and call, reduced to dust. I've seen worse battles than this in my
And you nasty little horror thing.
time. Indeed.
That's out of here.
My place is at the fore. I will do my duty.
And endure up. Mr. Argenta, what do we have for shots?
Rejoice in battle.
Potential shot here.
I refuse.
I'm gonna have to reload.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
What a miss. What a miss.
What is this foreboding? Will do.
Forewarning up. Everything's holding. Okay, we're at like the cusp of.
Anything else? On it.
Just trying really hard not to push the limits too hard.
I will not be deterred. Rejoice in
Abelard. Have some fun. Big guy down. I'll take it.
victory is imminent. Follow my lead.
Move a side shot here on a
And so it
cultist.
shall be done.
And that's a miss. It actually kind of sucks because I still don't have a charge for my blade dance.
Trust me.
There's a hit.
Chaos guides me.
Just a couple ranged bros left.
A tactically sound approach. At your beck and call.
And a few less now. Argenta.
Guided by faith.
Cabela does get a turn here, so we'll see if this helps.
I'll do it.
Shot landed. I don't need any more issues from the warp, please. I think we're good. All right, cultist down.
The archenemy's foul fingerprints are all over this place. A nest of wickedness. The heretics met the only end possible. Death at the hands of faithful servants of the Emperor.
Yeah. Harbinger reports Brother Twilight and his people were unsuccessful. A dangerous enemy, Solstrom von Valancius, foiled his plans. The duty is now upon us, Aurora's followers, to succeed where Twilight failed. Oh, ain't that just nice? Heavy leather. We grab some more gear. This is going to be a lot of stuff.
Let us walk this path.
That is going to be going into cargo. But that's all right. I'm here for it. There is a trap. Turn that off, please, Agenta.
Duty prevails.
Got some goods.
Operation successful.
Phantom Cloak grants 50% armor damage against warp damage. Not bad. On slots. Instantly increases movement by 6 and grants 2 charges of the slash ability, yet reduces weapon skill, ballistic skill, and perception by -15 until the start of the next turn. Well, there's like only really one person that can use it, and that's Abelard. What do we got here? It's coming, it's coming! It's drawing ever nearer. Heed the word of Aurora. Abandon all your mundane affairs. Ambition is but dust. Desires is but rust upon the metal of the soil. Final dawn is coming and will put an end to all worldly vanities. Cool. Shut that steam off, please. Cogitator screen reads, access code required. Let's breach the Cogitator's defenses, please. Machine spirits look favorably upon you. You overcome the Cogitator's defenses. A message archive loads up. Judging by the accompanying notes, the messages were meticulously transferred from paper to the sacred machine storage. Let's go to missives. Heed the words of the Harbinger of Aurora. Let it be known to you that your prophesied hour is nigh, and the faithful must triple their efforts. Those who stand in the way of our salvation must be swept away. Let it be revealed to you that the enemy is about to receive reinforcements. Remember the name. Solstrom von Valancius. His ship has already entered the system. We should expect this enemy to appear near our positions. Whoever rids our comrades of this threat will be granted Aurora's special blessing. A chance to stand at the prophet's side when the hour comes. Be vigilant. Let the final dawn come. A new missive. Aurora's harbingers wish you to know, comrades, that the Von Valancia ship is headed for the navigator station. You've got time to prepare a warm welcome for the enemy. No, you don't. New missive. Von Valancia's ship is set up for Owlcat Philia. We pray that our comrades there manage to vanquish Aurora's enemy on their own. But you must anticipate the worst and do everything to make sure Von Valancia's path definitely ends. I'm Owlcat Manoris. Tell the Harbingers we've intercepted a convoy of the governor's underlings who were supposed to meet that Von Valancia's bloke. Only one out of the whole convoy got away, but he's not long for this world. No one's making it to the governor's hole. Not the youngster or the ones he's supposed to meet. Our comrades have got their hands on a guard's voxcaster, and these fools have no clue we can hear all their comms. We know their every movement, and we're going to throw them a fine welcome party. Aurora must have no doubts that we'll do whatever it takes to stop her enemies. Let the final dawn come. Cool beans. And how has that worked out for you?
I rise above hardships.
Planetary wardens. Oops. They're not supposed to have that. That said, safe.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Well, we have to figure out how to open it. Okay. I'm guessing that's somewhere in the room here. What are we looking
With
at?
each step, I forge my destiny among
That
the
wasn't there
stars.
before.
Accomplished.
Supply power. Oh. From the right of motive force, you must supply power. Make sure the relay is closed. Check that the dampener is latched. And the supplementary auxiliary relay is shut. Supply must be correctly distributed. And in no case must the flow be reset before the circuit is closed. Supply power. Make sure the relay is closed. Let's unlatch the dampener. So we need power. First things first, we need power. That is going downstairs.
The divine watches over us.
That's beautiful. Whoa, mortal force.
Never doubt me.
Get our traps disarmed, please.
Favors me today.
What are these?
I
Big
have
old generators?
proven myself yet again.
Fortune smiles on us.
Whoop.
An ill omen.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
Set off the bomb.
I better myself through my service. Cast your eye there. Nothing escapes my sight. The Emperor sets my path.
They go all the way across? It kind of does.
Duty prevails. What deeds await us? The Emperor favors me today.
Perfect. We got goods here.
The machine god grants the insight.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
Well, this looks lovely. Everyone perished under the rubble. Sounds about right. I wonder if this is where we're supposed to come down.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Sure, the steam's off. Those are more relays. Haven't been able to do anything with those yet. Where does this go? Up and out.
Let us walk.
Okay, so we had to supply the power. Let's have a look at this mirror first before we do something.
I rise above hardships.
Well, let's power it.
Operation successful.
Make sure the relay is closed.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Latch the dampener. That's already latched, but we'll unlatch it. And there was another dampener that's already latched. Unlatch. Those all appear to be latched. Supplementary external relay is shut.
Know your duty.
My success is
I think I screwed that up.
certainty.
Nothing else reset? Did not. Okay.
The divine watches over us.
Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality. The machine gun grants me insight.
It's received.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
That work? We got a level. Just do not reset the flow before the circuit is closed.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Operation successful.
It's all done. Let me just go ahead and poke some buttons around here real quick. I'll be right back. Hey. Try this again. Unlatch. It's latched. Does that change this when we latch something? Red one there. Pull it back. Unlatch. Does this latch it? Everything appears to be correct. Okay. I guess that is latching it. Dampener is latched. The sub-external relay is shut. Well, this one's got the red cords, so we'll try this one.
The machine god grants me insight.
Okay. So just follow the reds. This is hooked up over here for red.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Okay. There we go.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Just had to follow the red. That's it. Daemon Tool. Whenever the wearer deals warp damage, the damaged character also suffers burning. Burning effects inflicted by the wearer have their level increased by 0. Okay. Stub carbine. Now we're also going to have a look at Sister Argenta here. We're going to make sure everyone's got a ranged and melee option. Because that was a little unfortunate, getting trapped like that. And we got a couple chainswords we can go ahead and use. So I think that'll be alright. Alright, let's do the levels as well. So I'll put some cuts in here for the levels, and we'll get back to it once we are done. Alright, so for Soul, we gave him get back in the fight. Officer encourages an ally who immediately recovers from burning, bleeding, and toxin and stun effects. Something we didn't have. I think that'd be alright. We also gave him +5 ballistics. There's also been no gear change on Soul as of yet. Alright, so Adira, we've given her Biomancy and Pulse of Life. to increase their critical heal chance. We need a healer. Like, we have items, but items are limited, so having a healer on the field is going to be a really good idea, regardless. Alright, Sister Argenta gets Perception and Litany of Purification. So all enemies in the area of effective Warhammer or Furious Recital gain +1 stack of the Disturbed effect. Enemies that are adjacent to the devotee gain +2 stacks of Disturbed instead. Also, all demons in the area of effects, suffer damage equal to the momentum restored to the devotee while using this ability. So, seeing as how we are starting to see a little bit more demons on the field, probably a good thing to have. Alright, Pascal gets Intimidation. So it reduces damage by the enemies until the operator's next turn. But it can be doubled on those with less armor. We also give them Machine Spirit Scan Protocols. So it applies 1 stack of exploit on all affected enemies when you use Machine Spirit Communion, which is good. And Cabela gets more agility and a little bit more carouse. So minor things, but important things. We've also given Idira the Demon Tool. Yes, it'd probably be really good for Pyro, so, you know, Biomancy may not have been the best choice, but again, we need a healer. It's fine when people have their own items, but not everybody can carry items, and not everyone has Medicae. And if we can heal at range, it's even better. Simple things. Alright, that said, I think that's everything under here, so let's get on with the story, shall we? Return to the upper way. We'll get back up where that anti-aircraft gun was and see if we can carry on. Because there was a next area over here. If memory serves, and it looks like it does serve well. To the western side. Well, back and forth. So, western side, much better than the eastern side? Probably not. In fact, undoubtedly not. Well, the looks of it so far.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Yeah, let's pick the lock.
The machine gun grants me insight.
Lower levels. That's probably where that ladder was, I would make the assumption. Now we know at least where we are generally.
The Divine watches over us.
Nothing.
Shadows reveal their secrets.
Pay attention. See? Right there.
That is a lot of traps.
Never doubt me. I better myself through my service.
Can we disarm that, please?
Duty prevails.
No.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that, once said aloud, make your eyes bleed and blood curdle. Talk about black comedy.
Never
Damn,
doubt
Adira.
me.
I'm all for a dark joke, but the bleeding eyes is a little bit much for me.
I better myself through my service.
Some more goods. What do we got here? Okay, he's just crazy.
Let us walk this path to the end.
That's good.
This ocular implant was a worthwhile investment.
I'm assuming the goods here. Ancient Terra Monocle. Whereas Lore Imperium tests depend on Fellowship instead of Intelligence. Gain +3 bonus. That's certainly something. Ah. Well, that looks like a lot of fun up ahead.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
And no way around it. Okay. If I push from the side. Nope. Cutscene. I don't get to push from the side. Some 10 people, children among them, are huddling together in fear. You see that half of them have black holes where their eyes used to be. Some maintain a gloomy silence, others are wailing. Several armed insurgents are carefully watching over the terrified hostages, snapping every now and then at someone for shaking too much or crying too loudly. Come to your senses, Harold. Look what you're doing to your own family. A woman of about 60, gray-haired but still strong, is kneeling before a stocky man with a thick, pure white beard, stretching her arms toward him. Take pity on us. Let us go. Stop talking and embrace redemption. Our children have gained true sight while you still believe the lie. Upon seeing you, the man points his weapon at you. The other insurgents do the same. Who are you and why are you here? No, you tell me. Who are you and what are you doing to these unfortunates? I'm the chief. My former name, Harold, is meaningless now. I am a father leading his family to deliverance from woes, to salvation. Aurora has opened my eyes to the truth, and my children will see it. Harold, spare us! Spare your children! Pascal's vox hisses furiously. Layperson, cogitation is not your primary function. You are saving your kin by holding them at gunpoint and believe that burning their eyes will grant them sight. It is evident that the author of the demagogue teaching that confused you meant to take a mockery of your deplorable intellect. Damn, Pascal. Abelard's face turns a deep red. To cast your own children to the thrall of heresy. To drown your progeny in this filth with your own hands. I remember when the Vizier used to sew her eyes shut so that his young spinners would see the truth. Isabella's voice sounds hollow, but there are glowing embers of fury in her eyes. Our ritual was one of service to him. It tempered and prepared us for duty. What you are working here is despicable heresy. A blasphemous mockery of our sacred disciplines. Iconoclast. What you are doing is no salvation. Stop taking your fear out on the innocent. It will neither ease your suffering nor rid you of fear. But all I wanted was to save. The man drops his weapon and covers his face with his hands in desperation. You hear several short sobs. There's no washing the blood from your hands. But you could at least let us go, Harold. The ones you haven't mutilated yet. The old man gestures to the other insurgents who lower their weapons. Then he shifts his gaze to you, trying to hold back tears. What happens to us now? Oh, Iconoclast run is Iconoclast. I would just straight up kill this dude right now. Like, taking the eyes out of your kids? Nah, you're done, son. Iconoclast is Iconoclast. Your family may go, so may you. But make sure I do not ever see you again. The hostages begin to leave, and soon the group disappears around one of the bends. The old man looks away from them and walks in the opposite direction. His shoulders shake with sobs every now and then. That bugs me. You got to live. Don't like that. But that's Iconoclast for you.
Searching is
Whoa.
my observance.
Never doubt me.
That one will get Agenta. You can come around this
Things hidden
way
in the heart
manually,
turn all
please.
to decay. Cast your eye there.
Oh, we got goods in a dumpster. The best kind of goods. What was this? Cover was haphazardly assembled from whatever the rebels could find. Dumpster goods. Shards of crystallized darkness. Yes. And that's the fence. Anything down here?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Nothing we're seeing anyways. It's a shame. Not much else here. What's here? Necromunda's best factories. Ooh. For those who don't know, Necromunda. Want to do some light reading, that's for you. Anything else down here? We have Command Center. Okay, anything up here then? See how that's where we need to go? Oh, a lot of negative. All right, to the Command Center. Hey, finally found our way. And that's another level. Orbital shells for large caliber weapons are being stored right in the command center. Oh, that's good. And you, what are you praying to, the munition spirit? Yes. May you blow up well. Yes, you guys are doing a terrible job, just so you're aware.
They're scrabbling around, digging into my skull from the inside. Ah, it's like nails dragging down these metal walls.
Oh, no.
Visual survey of the locale. The bunker's metal cladding is fully intact and undamaged.
Surprised the bunker's not damaged at all. But I want to touch it. The cogitator looks a lot older and more worn than the ones next to it. However, it has evidently been well cared for. Numerous parts have been replaced, not a single key is jammed, and fresh shields with prayers to the Omnissiah adorn its surface. One of the side panels has been removed. Bundles of gold and notched cables run from inside to a small data crypt that was connected only a short while ago. Screen reads awaiting access code. I could force it. Bypass the security layers. The cogitator is ready to reveal its secrets. Don't mind me in the command center. Sacred computation. What do you got? Upon Logis Abel's orders, the archives of every augur station on Rykad Minoris and the two primary satellites of Rykad Star have been queried. Said satellites are named Megos Mauf and Zarif the Keen, after two great champions of faith, whose external cogitators were placed inside the satellite's cores after their shells perished. The purpose of the sacred computation requested by the Logis is to uncover the external influence behind the ongoing insurgency. Computation result: positive. Multiple instances of interference and malfunction detected, suggesting that the ships moving across the system deliberately blinded the sacred augur's eyes. The first of these ships is thought to have arrived 2 Rykad Minoris cycles ago, early in the winter. The most recent one arrived a month ago. Logis Abel's conclusion: the insurrection on the planet has been long in the making, with the participation of external actors. It is alleged that 2 cycles ago, Aurora arrived in the Rykad system. the rumored unholy prophet of the insurgents. The subsequent ship movements can be attributed to weapon deliveries. What is the nature of their activity near Cadphilia? Governor Medina's attention must be drawn to the final entry. Cuts off abruptly. The satellite Magos Maruf reports that a ship is translated into the system. Its signature is consistent with the records of the flagship of a rogue trader dynasty, House von Valancius. Satellite Zarif the Keen reports that a ship drifting nearby is hurriedly sped away. The ship had sent an encrypted Vox transmission to the insurgent-controlled areas of the surface of Rykad Minoris. Another transmission was directed to planet Rykadphilia. Both transmissions were signed Brother Twilight. The contents could not be decrypted. Now the entry contains planet-side coordinates marked as heavy auger station jamming, possibly a hidden insurgent base. Now that I know everything that's going on, what say you, Governor? Oh, that's a name. The tall, dark-skinned man turns toward you and greets you in a curt military manner. Faisal Rakad Ab Medina of Coronis, Governor of the Star System. Welcome to my temporary headquarters. The man's gaze falls on Abelard. His eyes slightly narrow. Viserion? Abelard nods dryly. Governor Medina, my greetings. And the governor notices Cabela's clothes and his eyes go wide. He adds softly and cautiously. This woman, she is your bodyguard, I presume. Or is she here to... He stops, choosing not to finish his question. Not seeing the convoy I'd sent to meet you. What happened? Did they fail to find and escort you? If that is so, I promise you their punishment will be swift and severe. What a curious exchange of pleasantries. Is there some kind of discord between you and Abelard? No, of course not. An old misunderstanding. Over a century old by now. It isn't worth your time, Lord Captain. All over the place with Abelard's voice today. The convoy was ambushed and massacred. The only surviving soldier turned out to be a traitor and was personally executed by me. That is an outrage. I'll have the personal vetting procedure changed immediately. The slightest suspicion will be grounds for arrest. Your Lordship, before we proceed with discussing the matters that are of interest to you, there's a question I feel compelled to ask. It was only recently that Lady Theodora was the head of House von Valancius. I have received no word of her demise. How is it that you are now the rogue traitor? I should be the one asking that question. Our ship was attacked by heretics. They killed Lady Theodora. The governor frowns and a deep shadow falls over his face. Rogue traitor von Valancius slain. Unthinkable. Please accept my deepest and most sincere condolences, your lordship. Do not hesitate to let me know how I might be of help. I mean, there's commerce right here. I need fresh crew to replace those killed in the attack on the ship, and I need material compensation. The governor bows his head in acceptance. Of course, your lordship. You will be compensated for any losses, and I'll see to it personally the ship's hold are filled with the finest goods from my personal reserves. Hey, profit factor gained. I'll take it. Abelard nods in approval and remarks quietly. Excellent, your lordship. A rogue trader has no use for leniency. I can offer you several thousand fine, obedient servants. However, I am sad to inform you that I won't be able to do it until we've dealt with the insurgency on the planet. I'm sure you won't have to wait long. The rabble will soon be duly punished for their heretical scheming. Henrix von Kallax, an interrogator of the Most Holy Inquisition, is operating your system. Do you know where he is? The governor lowers his voice. I do. Master von Kallax has left for the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium. Well, those are certainly words. It's an ancient monastery of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I don't know what his objectives are. Needless to say, insurgency activity has been observed in the monastery's vicinity. But I suppose that's too petty of a problem for an agent of the Most Holy Inquisition. Besides, I've already sent a small detachment of reinforcements there. The weapon the insurgents were using to shoot down shuttles over the city has been destroyed. Now nothing is preventing you from returning to your ship. If you wish to find Master von Kallax, you should go to the cenobium of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Notes of anxiety creep into the voice that rattles from Pascal's vox. On behalf of the priesthood of Mars, I, Magos Hanuman, am officially initiating my participation in the operation. I must inspect the state of the relic and ensure myself that it is under zero risk of falling into heretic hands. According to the Catechism of Maintenance and Operation, my tech comrades were supposed to lock the monastery gates against lay people and activate the traps. I deem it optimal that an ordained Magos should provide his assistance. I categorically object, the governor clenches his fist. As much as I respect the sanctity of your monastery, I have on my hands a whole capital that needs to be attended by the omniscient servants. We have lost many eminent tech priests. Incidentally, one of them perished in that same monastery. Mechanical failures could occur at any moment. Putting it bluntly, you may consider yourself forcibly recruited into the city's defense forces. Medina and Pascal glared at each other, their unyielding gazes like crossing swords. This Magos is part of my retinue. You have no right to give him orders. You mistake me for a fool. I know that he arrived separately from you, and I would bet my life that no... Oh, bad choice of words. Beep boop eat axe. Yep. The governor's voice dies down in the low growl of a drooling mechadendrite. Its tip is directed straight at the bridge of his nose. Medina clears his throat and grumbles stubbornly. So, this is the negotiation technique you have resorted to? Do you think this is the first time I've been threatened with a weapon? No, but it could be your last. Oh, that is good. No, but this could be your last. Pascal's voice is akin to the sound produced by his drilling implement. Steady and calm, but ready to explode at a moment's notice with the crunching of bone and the squelching of tearing flesh. I am heading to the monastery because I must. Is that clear? The governor mutters through gritted teeth. Abundantly so, Magos. It would be my pleasure to assist the omniscient servant in reaching the sanctum. Thank you for your cooperation, your lordship. The drill stops. As compensation for your consideration of my request, I, Magos Hanuman, officially undertake to accompany you in the Owlcat system in the role of bodyguard and to protect you at all costs until your life functions cease, but only within the limits of the Owlcat system. You're a Hanuman. Glad you're alive. The governor raises his eyebrow and stares at the tech priest in surprise, but refrains from further commentary. Pascal, what is so special about the cenobium and the relic? What is in there that has drawn the attention of an interrogator of the Inquisition? I've never been there before, but I would presume that the sacred relic of the reactor is capable of great destruction should it end up in heretic hands. The fury of the freed machine spirits, once released from the sacred circuit, will destroy everything around them. The degree of damage inflicted may render the world of Owlcat Minoris uninhabitable. Heresy must be purged from those blessed halls. I declare any desecrator who defiles the relic's power a Category 3 blasphemer, deserving of immediate execution. And, Governor, what has perplexed you about my companion's name? The governor looks at Pascal with curiosity. According to the reports we received, Logis Abel Hanuman set off for the hallowed electrodynamic cenobium a short while before it was stormed. I'm glad to find out that you're safe. Perhaps you possess information on Master von Kallax. Pascal's voice rasps in confusion. My name is Pascal Hanuman, not Abel. I know nothing about such a person. What do you know about this Abel, Governor? I've never met him in person. The esteemed Logis supervised the work of Owlcat Minoris Leximechanics for many years. However, he rarely left his cyber chapel, and I never had the honor of making his acquaintance. A true anchorite. And why did he fly to the monastery? That seems suspicious. When a Logis of the Adeptus Mechanicus wants to go somewhere, we don't ask why, your lordship. You seem to be trying to throw orders around a little earlier. Where can I get more information on this individual? I would have suggested that you inspect the esteemed Logis' sanctum, but it was destroyed by the rebels. We recovered several data crypts and connected them to cogitators at the command post. They might provide you with some information. It's amazing that a mechanical voice from a Vox can sound so confused. That name might have been used as a signal intelligible only to its intended recipient. In that case, its bearer might be Archmagos Amarant, initiating an investigation and data collection procedure. Adira tenses up and listens, then turns around sharply to face Pascal. I can hear my friend's snide whispers through the door. Be careful on your search, Magos. If you stare into a shattered mirror far too long, you might see yourself in it, in every shard at once. Meaning it is much more of a tainted affair than the new reflection is deathlike. I see. Glad to be of service, your lordship. I wish to commend the courage of one of your officers, Sergeant Malgar. He and his soldiers valiantly defended the starport. The sergeant who managed to impress a person of such noble standing will be recommended for decoration. My kinsman, Conrad Vodiger von Valancius, has betrayed our dynasty and the Imperium. If he is hiding in the system, I want him handed over to me. Vodiger is a traitor? Why? Any family, however noble, has an unworthy scion or two. Naturally, we will surrender him should we find him within my jurisdiction. Unfortunately, I have no information regarding his location. However, the governor pauses to think. We have a cogitator here at the command center. It's connected to a data crypt from Logis Abel's sanctum. It aggregated all the leximechanic reports. Unfortunately, the access prayer for it is unknown to me. If you manage to convince the stubborn machine, you might learn something about Kunrad's movements. I'd hazard he fled from you on a ship, not on a pair of wings. Are you so confident that you will crush this insurrection soon? My own impression has been the exact opposite. Is that so? The governor maintains his composure. I'd like to hear your reasoning. The insurgents managed to steal a Voxcaster. They've been listening to your people's communications. It's not much, but it is something. I will order an audit of our equipment and see to it that our communication channels are more closely monitored going forward. However, it was only the accidental success of the otherwise disorganized mob of heretics who have no understanding of the art of war. The insurgency is headed by a certain Aurora, a prophet who, according to their followers, possesses mystical powers. The rebels' usual superstitions. I'm sure this Aurora is a charlatan muttering some doggerel, which their dim followers seem to think to be magic spells. This does, of course, warrant the eventual burning in the furnace of penance, but it does not point to there being anything special about this insurgency. Okay, so, just random side note. There is a literal psyker in the room with us right now, and you're disregarding it as, oh, you know, whatever. Whatever side magic stuff. Your planet is on fire, sir. The insurgents talk of a final dawn, the impending demise of the world. Yet another superstition. Surely you don't expect me to believe in it. The insurgents are using the archenemy's artifacts, enchanted lenses, to perform unholy sorcery. I've heard about these lenses. What makes you think they're enchanted? Any fool can light a fire with a magnifying glass. That's no sorcery. You ought to leave your bunker more often, Governor Medina. I've only recently arrived in the system, and I already know much more about the uprising than you do. The governor's eyes darken, but your unwavering gaze makes him give in. All right. Perhaps I've underestimated the mutiny, writing it off as the rabble usual nonsense. However, if it does involve corruption in an underground cult, this needs to be investigated. I'll assign additional resources to it and take the issue seriously. You have my word, your lordship. That is all I wanted to discuss. Again, I know that Chaos, it may be something that is held or hidden from a lot of the general populace. But, a governor should know. Especially a governor undergoing an insurrection. Let's see. Go to the Lodge's private archive? Don't mind if I do. I cannot see the secret design, but I can sense it, shackled in stasis. The minds of the initiated are slumbering in the neural harnesses of their vows. I am registering an impulse of change. I surmise a potential influence on the stasis of the secret design. There came a time when the spiral was turned into a circle, but the cycle can be discontinued. The revelation granted by the Omnissiah to Lodge's Abel in the course of his data meditation has been recorded verbatim. Lodge's Abel is seeking an audience with the venerable Dar Impulse of the Sixth, who may assist in interpreting the revelation. A request has been sent to the governor's palace for a shuttle flight to the electrodynamic cenobium. A message has been sent. The Furibundus system. Ooh. The cycle can be discontinued. I recognize those words. The voice from the Vox is soft and pensive, barely audible over the static noise. I believe I know the intended recipient of the message in the Furibundus system. It was me. Omnissiah, grant me the wisdom to fathom this mystery. Well, then, ain't that just a thing? So that being said, what do we have to do? We must go to the electrodynamic cenobium. That's going to require a return trip to the ship, isn't it?
With each step,
Any
I
secret
forge my
goodies around here?
destiny among
Anything?
the stars.
I'm not seeing much. Well, this would give us a chance to get back. Yeah, we go right to the void ship. Perfect. Let's get back to the void ship. We'll just dispense our levels once we're back on the bridge. And then that'll probably be the episode. So I will begin to dispense with all the fun stuff and then bring you along for the ride once we get all the cuts done. Ladies and gentlemen, see you shortly. All right, so Soul is going to get Inspiring Speech. When it grants momentum to the target equal to the target's resolve. When using special abilities, that should be something we want to stack. The other one we got is Coercion. So for Cassia, we've given her Ebb and Flow. So every even turn, she gains an additional action point, and every odd turn, she gains plus 20 perception. We also gave her some additional fellowship points. She's also got Held in My Gaze, as well as Guide of Souls. Starts all turns, including extra turns, with plus 3 additional movement points. The first ally targeted by the Navigator with a single target ability each turn gains the same amount of additional movement points at the start of their next turn, which is good. Strange Vitality gives her auto heal and a little awareness. All right, Cabela is going to get Combat Master, so that way enemies gain no melee superiority bonuses against this character, which is important for someone who's supposed to be in melee. And a little bit more Medicaid. All right, Pascal has gotten Pinnacle Weaponry. First attack in combat with any plasma, melta, or power weapon deals additional damage equal to 5. For the remainder of combat, the bonus damage is decreased to 2. And we also gave him some more ballistic skills, which I think is very, very important. Especially since we want to get those wonderful plasma weapons at some point. All right, Sister Argenta. We gave her Rapid Reload. First reload in combat does not cost AP, and every other reload after that, it was only 1 AP. So a couple of rounds of burst fire and a reload is required. So if it's almost free, or if it is free, that's even better. We also gave her Chain Weapon Expert, because we're going to give her a chain sword for melee. Gain +4 maximum damage. Does she want to be in melee? No. But if she's going to be in melee, then by God, she's going to be able to fight her way out of it. Idira didn't really do much with her. We have her second barrage, that way her damaging spells do a little bit more damage the further away an enemy is. And gave her some more willpower. As for Abelard, we gave him Blade Fury, so each use of Slash increases the damage dealt by Slash by +1 until the end of combat. Which, if we're going to use that a fair bit, is probably going to be very, very important to get. Just got to remember that Slash and Charge are not interchangeable. Also gave him more Medicae skill. He's going to be in combat, he might need to use his medkits more often. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all the time we happen to have for today. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Next one, we're going to be going to the power plant, I guess. See what exactly the Adeptus Mechanicus is up to. In the meantime, though, stay safe, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care, all.
I'm inbound on your starboard. 7 high tech. Eat this, toaster. Target acquisition is screwed. Give me manual controls now.